Chicken fried, some ZBB right there. Obie and Ashley, K92.3. So tomorrow around this time, I think we're going to put my wife on the air. Of course, that's always fun because I never know what's going to come out of her mouth.
And we're not telling her what we're calling her about. I want to see if she remembers the Valentine's days because the pressure people put on to do something.
Yeah, and listen, no pressure, okay? No pressure. But just know that we as a morning show, we do realize that sometimes people need some awakenings. You know, sometimes there are some of us who we can get caught up in the hey, I know my wife loves me. I don't really have to, show much. She gets it. Yeah, she gets it. She knows. All we have to do is share a look.
Right.
But we've got Shantala, who's a mental health expert, and she's helped us out with our kids as they return back to school and whatnot. And how about the areas of love?
Yeah, we want to talk about relationships, and this can go be for anybody.
Good morning. How are you, Obie?
We are fantastic. And here we are in the month of love. Now, we do have some listeners, and I get them too, that it's hey, this shouldn't be the only time that we show love and affection. However, this is a great reminder. So we wanted to have you on and your expertise to kind of just talk about the month.
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, love is a very broad topic a lot of times. I think we say we love lots of things. I love pizza and I love my outfit. And so learning how to show emotional love is really important in relationships and differentiating that.
Yeah, so we're okay, we've got to ask Shantala about this, about that, because there's a lot of our listeners that have been in relationships for a really long time. Therapy, these things, that's kind of a new age things that people have admitted that they've gone to or that they want to work on their relationship. So for those people out there who've not experienced that, they want to maybe bring some spice into the relationship, let their loved one know they're still into them. What's a good idea for this Valentine's Day?
Well, one real good thing is to find out what their love language is. And Dr. Gary Chapman came up with that term. But
yes.
And so everyone has a number one language that they feel love the most, whether it be physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, or acts of service. So if a person has a way that they feel most love, that's probably the way they're going to show love. One person is going to show love in a different way than another, but that doesn't mean they don't love them.
Totally.
Okay, so Shantala, let's get into some examples of what that looks like. Because, for instance, one of the love languages, isn't it through acts of service?
Yes.
Okay, so I think my wife really connects to that one because if I do the dishes, and say I do the dishes without being asked, and I jump on laundry, for some reason, all of a sudden, she's in another layer of love for me. It's now she's like, ooh, babe, let's, yeah, it's a different type of love.
That's so funny because my husband is like that. So that's reversed for us. But if I spend the day deep cleaning the chandelier in the house or something, he is so excited. It's so funny. And so I had to learn that because actually he does acts of service by helping me with my business. So he does all my accounting, he does web design, he does all my organization and all my files, but he's terrible at gift giving. And so when he gives me something, I return it, and then he feels unloved.
Right.
So right now, I buy gifts for myself, give it to him, and then he gives it to me. I got a beautiful necklace for Valentine's Day, actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some more of these love languages and how people can apply them right now. I know the art of the compliment can go a very long way to somebody who that's what they need. They need words of encouragement.
Right. Words of affirmation and encouragement, just seeing the other person for their strengths and what they bring to the table in the relationship. That's really important. We all feel love mostly by the way that we were shown it as a child and kind of how we grew up. So learning about your partner's family, how they communicate, how they encourage one another, those things are really important and they speak volumes to someone. Whereas a gift or something like flowers would maybe not mean someone to somebody who really needed those words of affirmation.
The more you start talking about this, I've only been married a year and we took a course, that involved love languages. So it's still very fresh in my husband's minds that we apply constantly. But this is, I feel a new age thing where there's somebody that might be out there married 30 plus years and they're like, okay, what do I do now? It's not like you can't start now.
Exactly. You're so right. And time and commitment and choice is really what love's about.
I love that. That, you know what?
Yeah.
One of the guys from Florida Georgia Line, his wife is very open about their therapy and stuff too, as a couple, and how you can't be afraid to tell your partner what you like, what you don't like, and vice versa.
Exactly. I mean, you have to ask for what you want. I mean, that's why I bought a necklace and handed it to my husband wrapped and said, "Happy Valentine's Day for me."
Oh,
So
my God.
funny.
Well, and I would say this to the guy out there who's like, you know what? I'm good. I know how to be a man. Ain't nothing wrong. Even Tom Brady has coaches. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of coaching, no matter how long you've been in a relationship.
Yes, absolutely. You guys have a nice Valentine's Day.
You
Yeah, same to
too.
you.
Great talking to you guys. Thanks for having me this morning.
Enjoy that necklace.
I will.